When I was about 14 years old, this game came out that literally changed every single horror game that I've ever played in my life. So as a kid, obviously I didn't have money. I couldn't just buy any game I wanted. And I used to go to the free section on the PlayStation Store quite a lot. I went into the PlayStation Store on August 12th of 2014. Went to the free-to-play section, and there was PT right there in the PlayStation Store. I had no idea what this was, so obviously I looked it up because I'm not going to waste gigabytes on my tiny little storage on my PlayStation for a game I've never seen before. I look it up, and there's PewDiePie, Markiplier, everyone's making videos about this game, saying it's the scariest game they've ever seen in their whole entire life. So I was like, you know what? Yeah, I'll take it. I'm not scared of many things. Horror movies, they used to scare me. I was pretty numb to it around 14 because, all the tropes. I was so used to it. I was like, it's going to be nothing. I've played Five Nights at Freddy's, whatever, dude. It's a horror game. And when I tell you, when I played this game when I was 14, I literally had to keep my door open so I could run back and forth into my room because I could hardly look at the screen. I FaceTimed my friend who was in the room with me, set my phone up on the bed, and then watched my TV screen through his phone. That's how scared I was to play this game. I've never beaten it. I've gotten super close, but there's something in the game that makes it really hard to beat, and I think it's randomized. I'm not too sure about it, but I got very close to beating it. And there is a scene from that game specifically that has stuck with me through all my years. I'm 21 now. I was 14. I still think about this periodically. It happens. It happens almost every other month. That part in the game where you have to zoom into the crack of the door for the girl to reach out and shut the door. One of the most terrifying things I've ever seen, period. Movies, games, you name it, it was the most terrifying thing I've ever seen in my life. There were just literally so many perfect aspects of this game that they just draw you in, dude. Nothing has drawn me in. No source of media has drawn me in as much as this game has. I felt like I was in that house. I felt like I was there. I think the main thing and the reason why it immersed me so much was the audio design in this game. When you walk in and you hear that police report about the guy killing his family over and over and over, and it just does not stop.
We regret to report the murder of a wife and her 2 children by their husband and father. The father purchased a rifle used in the crime at his local gun store 2 days earlier. This brutal killing took place while the family was gathered at home on a Sunday afternoon. Don't touch that dial now, we're just getting started. Retrieved the rifle and shot his wife as he...
The baby crying. And I think there was a sound effect of like a fridge hanging from the ceiling, swinging back and forth. Like the craziest thing about this game is I don't remember audio in games at all. I can't recall a specific scene from a video game where I remember all the audio. Even I haven't played it since 2014 because the game was taken off the PlayStation Store. I can still hear those noises vividly, like to a T. Not to mention the hyper-realistic graphics, the most realistic graphics I've ever seen in a game, period. It's just, I really cannot explain the feeling. You had to have played it when it came out. The only thing that I've ever really felt close, like anything that was even remotely close to the game, was Resident Evil 7 Biohazard. And that game was scary, but it will never touch PT. So, spoiler alert, but at the end of the demo, PT actually turned out to be Silent Hills, with the dude from Walking Dead in it. And it blew my mind because the only experience I really had with Silent Hill, I think, was Silent Hill Homecoming and then Silent Hill Shattered Memories on the Wii. And to think that this game was a Silent Hill game is absolutely ridiculous. Silent Hill is nothing like this game. I guess the atmosphere is the only thing you can really say is the same. But I was completely confused. Unfortunately, because, the game got canceled. It's definitely gonna come. It's definitely coming. I'm hoping on it.
One franchise I love the art direction in, Silent Hill. I hope we get a new one of those. Anyhow, here are the...
But we'll never see Lisa again in the hallway. I think that's what her name was. One of the most traumatizing things I've ever seen in my life. Oh, when she's looking over the balcony. Guys, I have a balcony outside of my room. Every time I look up at that balcony at nighttime, that's what I think about. I think about that scene. I think about it with every balcony I've ever seen. That's how substantial that scene is. I might be dramatic or being dramatic, but truly, this game, PT, is a masterpiece. There's nothing like it, and there's nothing that will ever be like it. I feel like I talk about this game all the time with people when it comes to horror games and just my favorite games in general. It's just, I don't know. It's revolutionary. I'll say it. It is the greatest horror game ever created. I've only screamed and shrieked seriously in my life, probably about twice. One of them, I was walking down from my basement and I thought I saw something out of the corner of my eye. I was looking up at it and I don't know why, but I screamed like a girl, like an actual girl. And I jumped and ran. The second time was with PT, and the scare from PT was actually worse than the scare that I thought I saw someone in my attic in real life. The scene where the girl shuts the door when you look into the bathroom, I reverberated the whole house. I could not explain the noise that I made. I jumped. It was like a cartoon, when they jump up and their legs are going, but they're not going anywhere. That was me. I don't know. I feel like I'm going off on a tangent here. Just wanted to make a video about this game. I know it doesn't need a video, but it's something I'm passionate about talking about. Horror isn't always jump scares. It isn't always loud noises. I just wish game companies understood this concept and built games around this concept. I'm tired of these horror movies and these games just relying on loud noises. And it feels like it's really hard to find games that don't have these things incorporated in them. Sure, PT had a jump scare, but the jump scare wasn't loud. It was just the sheer fact that, your camera changed position and she was all up in your grill. That was scary. If you want to see what that looks like, insert clip right here.
His 6-year-old daughter had the good sense to hide in the bathroom.
But I completely sound like a broken record. People have been saying this for years. The only other thing I've been thinking about that's really scared me is the movie Hereditary. That movie didn't really rely on jump scares. It genuinely freaked me out. And it's so unfortunate how this game went down. It could have been something so special. The trailer for it was absolutely ridiculous. The vision and the scope they had for this game, could you imagine that on a grand scale after playing a teaser? That was a teaser and people still talk about it to this day. I think the gaming industry needs to reevaluate itself in the horror genre. And I think they need to take some notes from PT, just like Resident Evil 7 did. And that game was amazing. But yeah, no horror game has been the same. They all bore me now. The only ones I like are literally copies of PT, like games that are literally almost the exact same game. Like that one game, Visage, I think it's called. Visage, I forget. It's like PT, and that game was scary, but I don't know. Alright, I'm done talking about this. Thank you for watching this video. I don't have anything written down. I was just going off my head. I should have written... This is a video essay, where it starts off with the indie, like the lo-fi music. I just don't see myself doing that. But I don't know if I'm allowed to say this in the video, but there's a lot of PT copies online. If you want to go try it, go ahead and try it. They're very, very similar. But be prepared, because that game, it'll turn you into a man, is what I'm trying to say. All right, thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Have a great day. Have a great night. Let's hope PT comes out soon. I really hope it does.